Hello everyone. Here we are, moment of truth. New build on the 2005 Subaru STi. Biggest new addition is this big, huge precision turbo. I guess it's not big and huge, but it's way bigger than the FP Red. This is a 6466 turbo with the ETS rotated kit. The build is fresh since I destroyed the last one when I lifted the head due to overtiming it. But in this build we're using JE Ultra pistons, which I'm excited to see how they work. They're set up with a bit tighter piston to wall. Not quite as tight as I wanted, but it's the way it came out. Its core is a set of Outfront Motorsports V3 closed deck cases. And actually the cases came out of that Forester. It's got a built engine in it now, and I actually repurposed the cases that came out of there from the factory into this build. Running Pauter rods, 1/2-inch head studs, JE head gaskets. It's got Kelford cams, it's got ported heads, larger intake and exhaust valves. And this time I did upgrade the valve springs. I found out the ones that were recommended by a quote reputable shop were not strong enough for what I was doing. And it didn't cause any problem. But at any rate, I've got the heavier duty Manley valve springs in there. Okay, I think we're ready. Just so you know, before firing this up, I always prime the oiling system. And I've already also filled the coolant system with a nice handy vacuum fill, a tool that I bought thanks to my friend Rick suggesting it, and it seemed to work really good, so hopefully I don't need to burp this thing. It should be good with coolant. I've already primed the oiling system by cranking it over with the plugs out, and it took me less than 2 20-second cranks to get up to about 80-90 psi of oil pressure. So I've already done that. So the fuel pump fuse is not in place. So my plan is to, now that the plugs are installed, I'm going to go and crank it over again until I see oil pressure. And then I'm going to plug the fuse in for the fuel pump and start it up. Go back here and plug in the fuel pump. Here it is. Okay, here we go. quiet. I didn't hear any piston slap. Of course, I probably wasn't listening so much for that. But everything's looking good. Right there. Where is that? Ah, that gauge right there. That is the oil pressure regulator that actually feeds oil to this turbo. That's something relatively new that I installed. So it's just like a fuel pressure regulator. It's got a feed coming in here, it's got the line going to the turbo, and then it also has a line that hides all the way back here and dumps back into the oil fill. So you never want to take your oil cap off this when it's running, because it will puke oil all over the place. And I can hear my power steering pump making all kinds of annoying noise, but otherwise it's sounding good. Air to fuels are pretty good. It stinks in here. I'm running normal gas. I wonder what my ethanol concentration is. Uh-oh. So it's 30, which I guess is okay. When the head gasket failed, I had a full tank of ethanol in here. There we go. I think that's good for now. I'm gonna shut it down. Anyways, I had a full tank of ethanol in here, and it crapped on me, so I had to finagle around to try to get the ethanol content down as it sat over the winter time. And it's pretty good, so I guess I'm pretty happy with my numbers that I am seeing. Actually, it's not pulling so much fuel, only 3. This is the fuel trim right here, 3 to 6 on an idle, so the tune is not so far off. Pretty cool.